Hello everyone, this is Oscar Torres with Gearbox Leasing. Today I'm making a second video for my YouTube channel, and today's topic is the difference between leasing and purchasing a car. Again, the purpose of my channel is to educate you guys, to give you all the knowledge and all the tools that you need in order to successfully buy a new car, lease or buy a new car. Well, like I said, today we're going to talk about the difference between leasing and purchasing. The first thing that I want you guys to understand is the difference between leasing and buying a car when it comes to ownership. When you lease a car, you don't own the car. What you do is that you're literally, like the name implies, you're leasing the car, you're renting the car for a fixed period of time, meaning either 24, 36, or 42 months, 48 months, depending on what type of lease you're looking for. When you finance a car, when you actually purchase a car, you can take a loan out for 36, 48, 60, 63, 72, 84 months. It depends on what type of rate and what type of terms you guys get approved for, right? The second thing is down payment. On a lease, I normally tell people not to put a lot of money down on a lease for one simple reason. Since you're only paying for the depreciation of the car plus the interest and the rental fee, I don't recommend putting a lot of money down for the simple fact that if you actually get into a car accident on a lease, there's always a gap insurance included in every lease. So if you do come across that situation where you get into a car accident and it's a total loss, the insurance company will pay for the balance of your car, and whatever is not covered by the insurance, it would actually be covered by the gap insurance, right? That way you don't have to, or you don't get into negative debt, meaning you don't have to pay for whatever the insurance company does not pay. When you actually purchase a car, then I do recommend you put money down. Why? Because the less money you finance, the less interest you're going to pay in the overall time of your finance. Monthly payment. What's the difference between leasing and purchasing a car? Well, when you lease a car, your monthly payment is supposed to be a lot lower than when you're purchasing. Why? Well, number one, you're not paying for the entire car. You're only paying for the depreciation plus interest plus the rent charge. So when you actually do purchase a car, you pay for the entire amount. You pay for the entire value of the car divided by the amount of months that you decide to finance it for, plus interest. Early termination. On a lease, there's a little bit more flexibility when it comes to early termination. You can actually turn the car in earlier and take out another lease, or you can actually trade it in. If you have positive equity in your car, you can actually use that positive equity towards your next lease or towards your next purchase. On a finance, on the other hand, it's a little more complicated. Why? Because if you try to terminate your loan earlier and you have negative equity, then it's a little bit harder for you to actually be able to do that. You can, but what's going to happen is, and most dealership will not tell you the difference is, they'll pay off your car, but whatever negative balance you have, they'll add it to the next purchase, and that in itself, it's not a good financial practice. Why? Because you're adding debt over debt, and at the end of the day, that's the last thing you want to do. When you actually terminate a loan or a lease, you want that to be at zero. You don't want to carry over any negative balance unless you necessarily have to. Return the car. When you return the car and it's a lease, there are a couple of things that you have to keep in mind. Since it's not your car, it's a lease, it's a car that it does not belong to you. At the end of the lease, there's a third-party company that is going to come out and do an inspection at the car, right? They're going to look at the car. They're going to see if it has any more than a normal wear and tear damage, meaning ding, dents, scratches, the interior of the car, the exterior of the car. They're going to look at the tires. So that being said, when you lease a car, you have to be careful. You have to treat the car with the most respect that you can, because at the end of the lease, you're gonna have to pay for the extra wear and tear, or something outside of the normal wear and tear. Where when you finance the car, since that car actually belongs to you, obviously, and the bank as well, then you don't have to be as careful. But at the same time, you do have to be careful, because at one point you want to turn the car in and trade it in and use it as down payment for the next car. So the more you take care of your car, the better for you. Also, depreciation. Again, on a lease, the vast majority of your payment is going to go towards the depreciation of the car, plus interest, plus the rental fee, right? Which is very small. On a finance, on the other hand, you actually do take more into the depreciation of the car, especially the first years of your financing. When you finance a car, I always tell people, try to pay as much as you can every month. So if you have a base payment of $300 a month, I always suggest to my customers, hey, go ahead and send in an extra $100, $150 a month if you can, if you're capable of doing it, so that you can catch up with the depreciation of the car. And at one point, like I said, you might be able to break even or have positive equity instead of a negative equity. Customizing the car. Well, on a lease, it's not that you're not able to, you can, but for the most part, that avoids a lot of the warranty. And anything that you do on a lease car, if you add you customize any part in the car, engine wise or exterior, anything that you do to the car, before you return the car to the dealership or to the manufacturer or to the bank for that matter, you're gonna have to take that off from the car. When you actually finance a car, those are things that belongs to the car. You can leave it, you can sell it with it. You don't have to take it off. So on that part, you have to really think about, if you're planning on doing customization to your car, then leasing, it's not the best option for you. Wear and tear. That's another point that a lot of people do ask about. When you lease the car, most of the time, 99% of the time, I tell my customers, I tell friends and family, do get a wear and tear policy. Why? When you lease a car, like I said, the car is not yours. You're going to have to return this car at one point. So might as well just have peace of mind, get a wear and tear policy included in your payment, so that when you return the car, then all those little dents and scratches and the extra charges that you might get after you return the car are covered by this wear and tear policy. That also includes the 4 tires. When you return the car, they're going to inspect the car, right? They're also going to check the tires. If the tires are bald, they're going to include, or they're going to buy 4 brand new tires on that car, and they're going to send that bill to you. That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is return the car, and a month from the moment you return the car, you get a bill from the manufacturer, from the bank, saying, hey, you owe me $1,200 for 4 brand new tires, something that you were not aware of. Now, there is a policy called wear and tear policy that will cover all those damages, including the tires, and I recommend you taking that. Distance restriction. Obviously, when you lease a car, you're only able to drive the car for the amount of miles that you have requested. Meaning, you can do a lease for 10,000 miles. That means that in 3 years, you're able to drive the car for up to 30,000 miles. Anything that you drive above that, you're gonna get charged for. For the most part, most manufacturers are charging either 15 to 20 cents per mile. It's not the end of the world if you actually drive a few hundred miles over that. But if you drive a lot more than that, then leasing may not be the option. And if you are going to go over your limit of miles, I always recommend customers do not wait, do not go over your miles. Come in, trade in the car, get out of it, and then take another lease or purchase a car. If you feel that the limitations of the miles are causing you a problem, don't do it. Leasing, it may not be an option for you. But on the other hand, when you finance a car, you can drive the car as much as you want, but also keep in mind that's what keeps the value on a car or depreciates the car the most. If you drive too many miles, then it's a good practice to keep checking your mileage to see what the value of your car is. keep up with your payments, keep up with the appearance of the car. Try to keep it as neat as possible so you can keep the value intact. So at any point, always do check your miles. Be mindful of that, because that's what drives the value of a car, either up and down. Again, it's Oscar with Gearbox Leasing. Today's video was to give you guys an idea of what the difference is between leasing and purchasing a car. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 305-890-8899, 305-890-8899, and it's Oscar Torres with Gearbox Leasing. I do not charge customers for questions. You can call me, you can text me. My idea is to help you guys get to the best possible car deal, the lowest car payment, and there's no charge for that. I don't mind you people calling me or texting me and asking me questions if that's going to help you get into a really good car payment. Again, good night. Thank you for watching my video. If you like it, please subscribe. Let me know that you like these videos. Let me know if you have any more questions. If there is a topic, if there is a question that you want me to cover in more details, please let me know. Text me, send me an email. My email is oscar@gearboxleasing.com, and I'll be sure to answer all your questions. Thank you again, and good night.